Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So honestly, I really have no idea what I'm gonna call this video. Today I really just felt like doing my makeup and using new products that I haven't used before and just sitting and talking to you guys and letting you know what I think of the products and talking about me in between all of that as well. And not to mention, I've been doing my makeup very differently lately, with my brows to my contour to baking to just a lot of different things I've been doing. It's also kind of like my current foundation routine, although I am using a lot of new products. So it's like my current foundation routine slash first impressions slash life update kind of video. I don't know, we'll see what we're gonna call it. I have no idea, but I really just wanted to sit down, do my makeup, play with some new things, and talk to you guys. Before we jump into the video, make sure you guys are subscribed, you hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and if you enjoyed this video by the end of it, make sure you give it a thumbs up because it really does help me out. So if you guys would like to see how I achieved my makeup, then please keep watching. So like my hair up is really good, and then my chin is just going crazy. It's about to be that time of month for me, so that is very typical for me to break out on my chin area, which is just so irritating. But I've been putting like a ton of spot treatment on my breakouts, so that's why they're like super red right now. But let's go ahead and start. So for primer, I'm using the Beauty Bakerie Wake and Bake baking oil. I'm gonna be going in with a matte foundation today. So I wanted to make sure my skin was nice and prepped and hydrated before that, because I still want to maintain some sort of glow because it is a really full coverage matte foundation that we're going to be using today. So this isn't a new product to me. I really love this oil. So for foundation today, I really wanted to use the Airflash foundation from Dior. I've been really wanting to try this foundation, but this is the shade that I use when I'm tan, because I don't have my self tanner on, so we can't use this today, but that's okay. I use another foundation which isn't exactly new to me. I got this kind of a while ago. I just never really use it. I think I've used it once and then never touched it again, but I did really like it. It's the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage Foundation. As I've said before, I usually try and stay away from matte foundations, but I used this before and I did really like the coverage and the finish. It's like a satiny finish, so I usually just like to prep the skin really well before. I'm just gonna prep my hair up because it's not working for me. Just realized I don't have my earrings in. No wonder I felt bare. And just to add a little bit more hydration, I'm gonna be spraying my foundation brush with a setting spray first before going on with the foundation. I'm using the Lilah B Aglow face mist, and this is a really glowy face mist, so that'll add a little extra hydration to everything. You know me, I always start at the bottom half of my face because that's where we need the most coverage. I'm in shade 2.22, which is light medium. Like, look at that coverage. And you can see we still have a nice glow to our skin. With right skin preparation, you can really manipulate a good matte foundation to have the nice finish that you want. And we still kept the coverage. And then I'm just gonna go over everything with a beauty sponge and just pick up any excess foundation, because I do see it's not really like settling into my skin. It's kind of just sitting. So this will just help. And then take this crusty ass foundation off my lips. I don't know how people just leave foundation on their lips. I can't stand to see it. Drives me insane. So I'm gonna be going in with a eye primer, which is like completely crazy for me because I never use eye primers, but I used this yesterday and I freaking loved it. I've had it for literally so long and I've never used it. Actually, one of you guys recommended this to me. Raffia Mafia, thank you. You're awesome for telling me about this, even though I already had it. It is amazing. Like I told you guys, I have hooded eyes and I don't really do shimmers, and my eyes crease and they get oily and blah blah, and this really helps with creasing. I did kind of like a smoky eye wing liner situation yesterday, but I used shadow to do the wing, which I can never do because normally, like when I open my eyes, like usually this always like transfers, but it didn't yesterday, and it was all because of this. So thank you for the recommendation, because I'm obsessed. I think I might actually use a shimmer today. Let's see, maybe I'm feeling adventurous. So I've been doing my makeup a little bit differently lately, and before I go in with my concealer, I've been liking to do my cream bronzer first. So today I'm gonna be mixing two. Both are the Fenty Beauty cream bronzers. One is in the shade Butta Biscuit and the other one is in shade Teddy. These aren't new products, obviously. I didn't get any new. Did I get any new cream bronzers? No, I didn't get any new cream bronzers. I've been taking my bronzer up much higher lately, so now I kind of like go like all the way, like to almost I'm touching my eye, and apply it there. And I also really focus it right here. It's like right where your chin, not your chin, right here in the center. I feel like it just like sculpts out your face to another level. So I really focus like right in this area right here. It just gives you that like facelift sculpted snatch look. Like look at this side, and then this side looks so flat, and this is just like super sculpted. And I feel like it just like lifted my cheek so much higher, and I look like just, you know? And the fact that we're using creams with this foundation is also a plus in just keeping the radiance in our skin. And then I usually just always go over everything with my beauty sponge, like throughout my entire makeup process, just to make sure everything is constantly blended. Blending is literally like 85% of makeup. Forget the jawline. And I've been taking it up like right here too. That's probably why I have so many breakouts right here, because this is exactly where I've been putting my bronzer lately. I don't know what's going on with my hair right now, but we're just gonna keep it moving. I'm looking really bronze, and now we need to balance it out. For my concealer today, I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills, where's the name? Oh, the Magic Touch Concealer. I am in shade number 5. Ooh, 5 is looking real dark. No, I bought this online. Oh, I think it's too dark. Let's just give it a try, but it's looking like it's gonna be too dark. Yeah. So this is probably like normal people's concealer shade, but I like mine super bright. Like I could probably get away with this one, like I'm tan, but I'm still gonna use it though, because I just want to know what the formula is like. I can brighten up with powders and stuff, so that's not really that much of a big deal. But it'll just make my job a little bit harder, but it's okay. I like the applicator. It's like a tofu. I don't know what it's called. I tried to say it in my haul, and I didn't know what I was saying, but I really like this applicator. It's like angled. Can you see? It's like a weird like arch to it. I'm just putting a little bit right there. Gosh, these breakouts on my chin are driving me insane. I really just want to keep it with this concealer. I'm really tempted to go in with a lighter concealer. I really want to get the full experience of this concealer, so I'm not gonna do that. So maybe we might just go with a natural look today. Let's see if we can actually stick to the natural plan. I never do. And then once I got majority of that blended, I'm just gonna go in with the back of the beauty sponge and cap and just blend that bronzer with that concealer. Okay, it's still kind of bright. I think I was being a little dramatic. Okay, everything is blended out. I'm just gonna go over that bronzer just a little bit, just right here. Not going in with any additional product, just whatever left on the brush, and just touching over that bronzer just a little bit. And on my nose a little bit. So now to go ahead and set everything, I'm gonna be using the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. The packaging is so cute. I'm using the translucent shade. I always stumble up on that word. I don't know why. Oh, and I love a good loose powder that has like a little hood like that. And I'm just gonna damp my beauty sponge. Again, I'm using the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray just to give it a little bit more hydration, because the one that I'm using like a microfiber one, and it tends to get dry faster. So I just want to make sure I keep it nice and damp. And just picking some up on the back, and then just go ahead and set that. Ooh, I like that. That looks so smooth and blurred. Patrick, I had no doubt, like of all things that he would create and that I would want to really try to be his setting powder. And oh my gosh, I am so here for this. Look at how blurred my under eyes look. Go ahead and set just everywhere I put that concealer. Oh my gosh, it's making my skin look so good. I'm really tempted to use this to set my whole face. This looks really good. I also really want to try the Kylie Cosmetics translucent powder. I had a subscriber tell me that that was really good. Actually, no, I think it was my friend on Instagram told me that her translucent powder is really good. So I gotta add that. I've been getting a lot of powders lately. I just want to try a bunch and see what I really like, because like my ride or die is still my Laura Mercier translucent. Like no powder will be that good, I don't think. And then my like second, my runner-up would be the Ilia Soft Focus powder. I really love that powder too. I'm gonna set my eyelids as well. And to set my whole face, I'm going to be using the One Size powder as well. This is the Turn Up the Base. I'm in shade Light number 5. And I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush and lightly dust this on my face just to set everything and give me just a little bit more coverage. Really need to shave my face. Let me know if you guys would want to see a video on how I shave my face. I've been thinking also I want to do like my self-care routine, like my tanning, my shaving my face, doing a facial, like a hair mask, and like the whole beauty routine. Let me know if you guys want to see that. I've been thinking about that. Ooh, my complexion is like looking really great right now, and I'm really happy with the way this looks. It looks very snatched, flawless, poreless. Like look at how amazing my skin looks. Still has a nice glow to it. Doesn't feel totally dry or cakey or anything like that. So far so good. I just like went out into the sun right now and my skin, you guys, literally looks flawless. Like I am so impressed by this powder. Like, I mean, obviously I'm impressed with the whole combo. Everything is working really well. The foundation, everything is doing its thing. I do really quickly just want to add a little bit more coverage on my chin because this breakout is really popping through right now. I'm just using my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Powder, which I love. I mean, the coverage on this thing, you guys, is amazing. I didn't conceal that little chin right up. Now, for bronzer, I'm going to be using the NARS Laguna bronzer. I feel like this is a pretty good shade for me and my non-tan self right now. So, I'm just going to go in with a little bit because that bronzer is still really significantly there. So, I don't want to overboard. We'll just do a little bit. Take it back to the temple. And again, focusing on this part right here. And I'm keeping it lifted. I don't want to go low. And then just to warm up this look just a little bit more, I'm going to go in with another bronzer. And I'm using the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. This is like literally my favorite, like warm, bronzy kind of bronzer. So just tap that in. And I'm just going to be focusing this on the outer higher point of my face. Or not higher point, but the outer point. And just keeping it back here. And for blush, I'm going to be using the Lawless Make Me Blush Velvet Blush in the shade Angel Suede. Such a beautiful color. I'm going to be taking that just on the apples of my cheeks. I need some new brushes in my life, and I really want to get the new L'Oreal face and eye set. So I think I'm gonna do that. You guys know I love my like super dramatic blush, but honestly by the time I'm done with my whole face, it's not even gonna look like this. I don't know how I feel about these blushes. They're just not as like vibrant as I want it to be. Like I'm going in heavy, and I don't know, I think it's like kind of like the wrong tones. I have another blush from Lawless, which I think that's in the shade Phoenix, which I'm also not totally crazy about. I always find myself having to layer something else on top of that shade. And I feel like I'm gonna have to do that with this too. Because this looks good now, but I know it's not gonna look like this by the end. We'll see. But if I don't have to layer with another blush, I'll be impressed. So I just wanna go in with a little bit of setting spray really quickly just to replenish us. And I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty, what is this called actually? This is the What It Do Makeup Refreshing Spray. And I really like this. It's very refreshing. I always keep this in my purse when I go out, because it really does just like revive your makeup. I I ran out of my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Maybe I might go buy that palette, or not that palette, the Ariel set, the brush set. I might get that today because I do need to get more setting spray. So maybe I can kill two birds with one stone. I don't know. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and bake, and I'm gonna be using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD setting powder. This is in the shade 1 Vanilla. So this is new to me, but it's not a first impression because I've been using it lately, like every single time I shoot my makeup ever since I got it, and I am obsessed. So I started baking my under eyes, which is something I never used to do. I just as of recently started doing it ever since I got this powder, and you guys, it is a game changer. I've been watching I Love Sarai, and she bakes her under eyes, and she always says like how she doesn't feel like her makeup is like her until she does this step. And I heard her say it, and then I also heard Nazanin talk about how she bakes her under eyes and how it's a game changer. So I'm like, what? Okay, I love a good bright under eye, and I love a good like poreless, perfect looking under eye. So why haven't I done this? I don't know. So that's what we're gonna do. And then I tried it and I absolutely fell in love. This powder comes like with this like little pointed sponge, which is perfect. And what I do is I go in, I tap it really lightly. At first I was like pressing it in and it was like too much. It was overkill. You just want to lightly tap all over your under eye. Let me try and stay in frame. Like once you brush everything off, it just gives you the most flawless, perfect like skin. It's incredible. I am like completely obsessed with this step now. Just get that whole situation taken care of. Okay, and there we have it. We are like in full bake mode. I do not leave my bake on for long at all down here because I feel like when I do, it just looks like too intense and then it almost kind of looks choppy. So there's a very thin line. So I leave it on for maybe like a minute, maybe 2, but I leave my under eye bake while I do my whole eye makeup. So I'll do my eyebrows, I'll do my eyeshadow, and then I'll wipe it off. But this down here, I leave on for literally like a minute. So I'm gonna brush that off in just a minute. But I'm not sure what I want to do with my eyes. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that off camera because this video is probably going to be super freaking long. So now I'm just going to wipe this off. Oh, like look at that, just snatchness. I love it. I kind of just blended into that blush and bronzer and blend everything out. Nice and clean, nice and chiseled. So now for my brows, I've been doing my brows very differently lately. As of lately, like literally as in the past week, and it literally takes me 5 to 10 minutes to do it, which normally it would take me like 20 minutes. But I'm really into it. It's much more natural. It's not as intense and as caterpillar brow as I normally do, because normally I do like that full, completely filled in brow, but lately I've been liking like that super individualized, like sparsy kind of brow. Love. So that's what we're gonna do, and usually I start with my good old Brow Wiz, and I just like draw a line at the bottom of my brow, a very defined line. Like that, and then I'll comb through it. I'll put the brow pins out on angle, so instead of going face forward, I'm gonna take it to the side, and I'm just gonna start doing little like light brow strokes just right at the very front, and I'm gonna keep it light because I don't, like I said, want that super intense sculpted brow today. Or lately I haven't been doing that. I go through phases with my brows, and I'm constantly trying new techniques and just seeing what works for me in that moment. And then I'll just go through some parts and make sure that line is really defined. There we go, that's about good. And then I'm gonna take my Benefit Give Me Brow Gel in the shade 4.5, and I'm just gonna go through all the brow hairs, brushing them upwards. Oh my goodness. Like, it just gives you like that laminated brow look, and I have been actually really into that look. I've been using this product for a while, but I just recently picked up a darker shade, which I have been absolutely loving. It like legitimately fills in like sparse areas in your brows, and it makes it look much more fuller, like more naturally full, if that makes sense. I don't know, I really love that brow gel. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to this eye. You saw how quickly I just did that? Like literally that's it. And then I'll go over it with a clear brow gel, and that's my whole brow routine lately. Like normally I would never include my brow routine in another video because it just takes me entirely way too long and it's just like annoying. But now I can do my brows in literally 2 seconds, you guys. I think I did that under 5 minutes. Literally. Probably 5 minutes because I was talking, but if I wasn't, I would have done it so quick. Probably 5 minutes to do both of my brows these days, which is amazing because I can never say that. Also, on a total side note, I used to have the hardest time with my right eye. Like my left eye is so arched and perfect, and the crease is perfect, and then my right eye would always, like, my eyeshadow would never look right, my eyebrow would never look right, and I didn't realize like my eyebrows were shaped totally different. Like this one was way more arched and it had way less hair like right here than this one did. And I literally, like, one day I was just sitting here, I was like, you know what, let me like try plucking a little bit more hair on this side, and now like they're totally even. I'm like, what? It was that simple. Like now like this one just looks so much more arched and perfect. It's funny how like something as little as just plucking a couple hairs like transformed my brow and this whole eye in general. Like I used to hate my right eye. Also, a little pro tip that I love to do with my brows, I've been doing this for like years, and it's mainly because I'm lazy and I don't want to do like the whole concealer cleanup brow situation. This is the equivalent of it, and it takes me literally a minute. So I'll take my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'll go in with the Lyric shade, which is that metal yellow one. And I'll just go right under. Oh shoot, I didn't do my eyeshadow yet. Normally I already have my eyeshadow on when I do this, but it's okay, you can do it before too. It isn't too much of a difference, but I just go right under my brow and clean up that whole situation. And it also just brightens everything up and makes your eyebrows look more arched and just sculpted, and it looks like you went in with concealer and made sure everything was nice, but we didn't. Little lazy girl hack. I love doing this. Just taking any like bright powder. This is what I love to use. And there you have it. They look nice, clean, and sculpted. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeshadow really quickly. I am not going to film this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that really quickly. Okay, back to the makeup. So as you can see, I went ahead and did my eye makeup and threw some lashes on, and here we are. So this bake has been on for far too long. It is time to brush this baby off, and I'm so glad I did this bake situation because I ended up using shimmer in my eyeshadow today. Ooh, look at like how snatched. How snatched. Doesn't feel dry at all. It like diffused my blush into such like a beautiful like airbrush situation. I don't know what to call it. I don't even know what I'm saying, but like look at that. Like that's so beautiful. Oh my god, it just looks so freaking good. I also trimmed my lashes a little bit, just more of like a flared out look, just like more dramatic on the outer corner and not so much on the inner corner. And for eyeshadow, I use the Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette, which I'm really loving it. I use the shade Birthday Suit, which is this one right here. Let me know if you guys want a tutorial on this eyeshadow look. I can definitely do that. I was gonna film it, but then I started getting late and I have something to do after this. So I can film it if you guys would like to see. Let me know in the comments down below. I am so here for it. It looks so good. And with this primer that I use, you guys, like I have no smudging, no transferring. Like it looks good. Okay, it's good. Just some last minute touch-ups. Go over that bronzer. Now for highlight. I'm very tempted. I got this melt highlighter that I've been using the past couple of days, and I really love it. This is the shade Stargazer, which is beautiful. But I also did pick up, I got a bunch of new highlighters recently. I also picked up the Jaclyn Cosmetics High Beam or liquid highlighter in the shade High Gleams, and then I also got the iconic London Illuminator in the shade Original. So I don't know which one I want to use, but I think I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill. And I'm really nervous because I've never put like a cream highlight on top of all of this powder. So I'm a little nervous and I don't know what I want to go in with. Do I want to apply this with my finger first or do I want to apply it with a beauty sponge? I don't know. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is go in with the melt first and then put this on top. I don't know. I've never used a liquid highlight before, which is crazy because I love highlight and it's like not something that's like new. You know what, Iman? It's just makeup. I know this is not gonna, oh, maybe. Let's see. I literally just went in. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. No! I don't know what to do. No. This is not going the way I wanted it to go. Let me see. Maybe this brush will help. Did I just fuck up my makeup? Okay, you know what? I totally fucked that up. Okay, we're just gonna go in with our good old powder because I clearly don't know how to use liquid. Oh, it's okay. We'll learn. But this powder or this highlight is so beautiful. My first highlighter in the multi-step of highlighter process on the forehead. Yeah, so in hindsight, I should have definitely put this on first. It's okay. You learn as you go. Well, let's see if I can cover this up. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to cover that up. We're just gonna have a little bit of a choppy, chunky highlight on this side today, and it's okay. I'm not really doing anything where I need to have my makeup done today, so it's okay. It doesn't look too bad. There is just like that one little dot. You guys see it that I couldn't really break up, but other than that, it's not the worst. And this isn't a new product or anything, but it's just like what I've been obsessed with for my nose highlight. I know I'm very high maintenance. I need a separate highlight for my nose. It is the Benefit Cookie Highlighter. So glad they kept this product as like a core product in their line because it was a limited edition. And then Jaclyn Hill, the amazing angel that she is, was raving about it on her social media. And they were like, okay, we're gonna keep this. I am so glad because this is like the ultimate nose highlight for me. I don't know, very high maintenance when it comes to my highlighters. I don't use all of them on the same place. Like each one is for something specific, you know? Grabbing the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Iced. Mine is a little broken. It's okay, not the end of the world. And then I'm gonna take this and go over where I just put that highlighter right at the high points. Little on the forehead. Oh, down my nose again. Gosh, the difference highlight makes, it's crazy. Woo! Oh, I forget to put setting powder. Usually I put setting powder before I go in with highlight. Or not setting powder, what am I saying? Usually I set my face with setting spray before I go in with my highlighter. Maybe that was an issue too. Who knows? But that's as good as our highlight is gonna get. It is a little choppy and not totally blended the way that I normally like it, but it's okay. It happens sometimes when you're trying new product. So I just have to figure out how to incorporate these into my routine and how to work with them, and I will get back to you because this is new to me. If you guys have any recommendations on how you guys use these and what's the best way, please let me know. Your girl's struggling. I've never used liquid highlighters, so this is new to me. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with some setting spray. I'm using the One Size. This is a One Size. You guys did not sponsor my video. I just happened to purchase a couple other stuff recently. This is Preserve the Serve Luminous Setting Mist. They have a mattifying one too, but I like to glow. So I'm just gonna give myself a good coat of that. Although I don't know why I need to preserve this serve because I'm, like I said, not doing anything that requires me to have my makeup done today. But we're giving it a shot. I'm just gonna lounge around with a full face of makeup. What else is new? And my extra ass feels like I need a little bit more brightening under my eyes. I'm gonna go in with my Shade and Light palette. As you can tell, I love these brightening. Like literally this whole palette is just for these 3 brightening shades. I like hardly ever use the contour shades in this palette. Unless I'm traveling, then I'll use it because I just want to have like one thing. Going in with the shade Lyric and Levitation, those super bright shades. I'm gonna need some more Lyric. And I'm just gonna go right there in the beginning. In hindsight, I would do this before putting my highlight on. But I didn't realize this is what I wanted to do. So here we are. There we go. And I'm just gonna go ahead and smoke out my lower lash line just a little bit, just to tie the whole look together. And then I'll do my lip and we'll be we'll be done. So going in with Just Barely, and then I'm gonna be mixing it with Good Vibes as well. And just begin to smoke that lash line out just a little bit. Not too much, because I think we're gonna keep the no mascara on the lower lash line, because I kind of love like that lifted look that it's giving me right now. And for our lip today, I'm thinking like a nice plum shade would look good. For lip liner today, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip in the shade, I think they just go by numbers on here, so it's 10C, I think. It's like this like really nice plummy shade, which I think is going to be perfect. I have never used this before. I got this a while ago when I was in LA at Neemies. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name. I think it's Neemies. And I picked up a bunch of lip products from Makeup Forever, and I never used it. It's a little more purple than I wanted to go, but I think we can make it work. And I've been trying to experiment with overdrawing my top lip, so give me a minute, I'm gonna need to focus. So now I'm like, do I want plum or do I want this like whatever this shade is? Plum. And this is just the Sephora Collection lip pencil in the shade Plum. And it's like very hydrating, which is nice. I'm kind of wishing I went in with a plum blush today, but it's okay. It's okay. I wanted to try that new shade that I got, and I'm really tempted to go in with a plum blush. Now I'm gonna do it. I'm just totally changing up the vibe of this look just based on the lipstick. I really like this lipstick combo. I think it's looking really, really good, and that like crayon is so hydrating. Like my lips have still this really nice sheen to them, but I do just want to change up the blush just a little bit so that this look is a little bit more cohesive. And I'm gonna go in super lightly with this blush. This is MAC Love Rush. So I'm gonna go in really, really, really light with a very fluffy brush so that it is not heavy at all. I just want a little bit of plum undertone so it's all cohesive. That's it. Literally just like the tiniest amount. It wasn't really working with our whole fall vibe that was going on. So that being said, I think I'm done. I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face with another setting spray. I think this is like the third one so far, but I mean, hello, like setting spray is a must, you know? And you need different genres of setting sprays. You need one to make your makeup last, you need one to give luminosity, you need one to hydrate, you know? Now that I'm done with my rant, I'm gonna be using my holy grail, the Hourglass Veil setting spray is my favorite. I just go on my forehead, ton on my cheeks. I mean, I go in ham. But like, look at how that just brought so much life to my skin. It just makes my highlight like gleam. Like, oh, in the most beautiful way. It's like, it really reminds me of that Tatcha Luminous setting spray. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Setting Spray. I have not touched that since I have purchased this. It's like very similar. It's kind of like oil in a bottle, but like really good. So, I think I'm done. Trying to decide if I want to do mascara on my lower lash line. So I think I'm gonna do just a little bit of mascara on my lower lash line because it's kind of like, I feel like I'm naked. Although I love like the super snatched look we have going on. I just want a little bit more visibility, I guess is what we're gonna call it with my lashes. And you guys, I have been using a disposable wand for my lower lash line now for the past couple times I've been doing my makeup, and I really like it because it just gives me, I already fucked up. It just gives me a really subtle light coat without getting clumpy. And it's very essential on your lower lash line. You don't want a dramatic clumpy mess. You just want it really nice and individualized. And a little pro tip, I always go in, this is like a little like metal side. I always go in with that metal side and I just brush and I comb through the lashes in between each coat, and it just gets rid of all like that clumpiness and it individualizes, and if there's any lashes that are like stuck together, it breaks them apart and really just makes your lower lashes look so much better. And there we go, you guys. I am all done with my makeup. And I gotta say, even though we had that slight little hiccup with the highlighter, I am really loving everything. Like, it looks so good. My skin looks amazing. I'm like looking at my mirror right here. Let me clean it because it's actually filthy. But you guys, I am like beyond impressed. My skin looks amazing. I'm so impressed with everything. Everything that I use. Brows, obviously we know we love that. That One Size translucent setting powder, you guys, I really love it. It really made my skin so poreless and so smooth and just airbrushed looking. That's gonna be like my new favorite. I mean, we'll see how it wears throughout the day because I do have problems like with, I don't know if it's the setting powder, the concealer, the foundation, but sometimes my makeup will break up. It happens around my chin, not so much my eye area. But anyways, that is it, you guys. Thank you again for watching. You know, I always appreciate it. And I just want to give myself a pat on the back because I've been on a roll with my videos lately. But I have tons more planned for you guys. So make sure you are subscribed and you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any upcoming uploads. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and I will see you in my next one. Bye, everyone.